Hey man, this is Fly or Die, and today we're talking about the Vapium Summit Weekender Edition. And this is the Weekender Edition. It's $189. It is for the consumption of, let's say, herbs. Why is it the Weekender Edition, you ask?
Why is it the Weekender Edition?
Because it comes with a solar panel thingamajigger. So as you and your friends are frolicking in the glades and the fairy rings of the forest.
Let's say you're out in Crested Butte on a hike. You got your camp set up back by the lake.
But why would you need it? You don't want to charge this, man. You don't want to leave the batteries lying around. You pack in, pack it out.
I hear what you're saying, bro.
Which is why you need this solar charger. Do you like this idea, this whole general thing?
As a person who has never inhaled, John, I can't really speak to the efficacy of the vape. As a concept, I could conceivably see value in this. But as a Luddite, I wonder what's wrong with a good old-fashioned, like, 2 sticks and some twigs to, you know,
to light your things. Well,
to light
obviously,
your fire,
as when I do partake of the certain herbs and spices that these things are dedicated to the consumption of, I actually prefer vaporizers at this point.
Really?
I hate the little pipes, I hate the little joints and all that other stuff.
Because the burning sensation is too burny for you.
And as I have 3 kids, and I have no time to play video games, let alone
do anything
else.
Right, recreational.
Therefore, it's very rare for me, but I've met all kinds of people who are using these sorts of things.
That would seem to be just a weekend use kind of thing. It's a little clunky for, you know, your everyday, I'm just going to take it out of my pocket.
Well, you don't need to bring this with you, obviously.
I mean, even this is as a vaporizer, right? Isn't that a bit stocky?
I've seen far worse. There was one that we reviewed that was like it looked like a huge cigarette lighter. It was really goofy.
Yeah.
I have no idea why they made it that way. This one is fairly svelte. Some of my favorites are the Pax. Have you seen the Pax?
I have not. I've not seen the Pax.
It's about as big as this. Primary concern: if you're trying to pack this with stuff and you're a little bit blotto, and it falls or opens, it's going to open pretty quickly.
Right.
And this happens anytime you have a magnetic closure like this. I like a solid lock. I want to close that thing up.
You would rather have like a flip lock or something?
I'd rather have a
slide
lock
that attaches that you can then slide, that you're not dealing with the detachment reattachment.
I'm also concerned about the price. $188 is a little bit high for this. I suppose if you get the whole kit all together, I'd have to test this in a little more. This is supposed to be a rugged one, so it's going to survive. Again, the rugged. If this is supposed to be rugged, you're going to be carrying around on your belt loop or whatever. This is going to fall out. What's going to happen? You're going to cry. You're going to be very upset because you're going to be in the middle of the woods.
Well, ostensibly, you would take your time. You would sit somewhere, have a little bit of reflection time, a little you time, if you will, upon which you would sit upon a boulder, but beneath the crook of a tree or something, and you know, take a break.
Would you give it a fly or would you give it a die?
I would give it a fly, I guess. I mean, again, I'm fairly old-fashioned and I'm not so familiar with these
newfangled toys.
These newfangled toys, but I can see the value in that. I can see people using that.
I'll give it a high die.
A high die.
It could pop over if I use this as I'm walking down the path.
You're
the
strolling down your Primrose Lane or whatever,
to the glade.
Your Primrose Path.
And it doesn't open on me, I'll be okay. There you have it, the Summit from Vapium, and this has been Fly or Die. Thanks for watching.